And another reason I'm up so early, white women that date black men, come on in and sit down. I just had a long talk with a classmate of mine. I haven't heard from her in almost 6 years. And I said, oh no, that was his game from the beginning. He sought her out simply to destroy her from the inside out.
Why some white women are drawn to black men? The answer isn't just about looks. It's deeper, more emotional, and even cultural.
Only date black men, is that correct? Why is that? Break that down for me, my dear.
I don't want anyone to get offended, okay?
Hey,
but for me,
this is our
yeah,
come straight from the heart. How you feel about us blacks?
This is how I feel. I've always liked men that look a little bit more exotic.
Yeah. All of the black men, the biggest ego boost ever, saying that black men are well endowed. Honestly, they're just like white men. You got big ones and you got small ones. And if you're with a person for the right reasons, the package is what you get.
White women will understand as well, because a lot of white men, the racism will be with their girlfriends. If they suggest a black male is attractive, if they talk about an ex that's black, if they bring home a black boyfriend, that's when the real racism's tested.
If you are a white girl who grew up with a Christian conservative background and you want a serious relationship with a black man, then this video is for you, and anyone else, it really isn't for you. And please just don't watch it because I don't want any negative opinions.
Beautiful girl. For me personally, I have no issues with interracial dating. Love is love. However, if you are white dating a black male and you know that your family is racist, my thing would be, how important is your relationship to your family, to you?
Welcome
how
back
important
to the page. Welcome back to another episode on the public opinion. Big topic, white women versus black women when it comes to dating black men. Got a nice lineup of videos. We'll look at them, give our take. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and put it down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But without further ado, let's get started.
And another reason I'm up so early, white women that date black men, come on in and sit down. I just had a long talk with a classmate of mine. I haven't heard from her in almost 6 years. It's been 5 years, almost 6. And we used to touch base pretty regular. Point is, she got with a black man. She loves dating black men, and they love her. She got with this last one, and he really just took her down through her self-esteem is non-existent. She's not as confident as she used to be, and she said for years, he didn't start off that way. He started off really good. Then when she expressed that she loved him, he started to change on her, which I told her after we got through the conversation. I said, oh no, that was his game from the beginning. He sought her out simply to destroy her from the inside out. He often compared her to black women, said that she was not as pretty, she was not as shapely, and she was not as worthy as a black woman. So she would say, when she started to argue back, she would say, well, why are you, go find a black woman? And he would say stuff like, no. He always said no, or no, I'm not through with you. That was his favorite words to her, she said. And what he was basically telling her is, he's doing it for his ancestors. I said, baby, is he mentally ill? Because for somebody to seek you out just to berate you like that, was he okay mentally? And she said he was of sound mind. It's just, she didn't know that that was a thing. I said, baby, I didn't either. So we gonna talk about it. White women that date black men might want to be careful. If you run into one that's always comparing you to black women, apparently there are some that will date you just to make an example out of you, beat you down, and try to destroy your confidence as some sort of vindication for their ancestors. And you ain't done nothing to them but try to love them, child. And I want to tell y'all this. If a black man will tell a white woman, will seek out a white woman's love and tell her she ain't good enough as a black woman, that's the same kind of black man who will get with a black woman and do the same thing to her. He'll reverse it, say that she's not as good as a white woman. And I don't think it has anything to do with him being black. I think it just has everything to do with not having a love and respect for women. So ladies, y'all watch out for that.
I just want to point out that it's our very own sister out here talking bad about us, man. But there was a nice YT lady in the comments that had to remind her that not all black men are bad. She's been with her husband for 19 years and they have 5 beautiful children together. So shout out to Shamila Blackman who left that comment. It's wild that it's our very own sister that happened to have this particular video, and that a white woman had to remind her that not all of us are bad. I'm not really sure why this had to be white women to date black men type of thing, because if that is the case of what he was doing, I'll say this. For one, he's problematic himself. But two, you say he's mentally ill because of how he was treating your friend in a relationship, but you don't think your friend is mentally ill for staying in such an abusive relationship. After he told her that she wasn't as good as black women, why are you still there? What are you doing? You know, and everybody can say what they want to say about the dynamic between men and women and how things happen, but you can't keep telling me that you don't like something so much and then still keep accepting it from people. Eventually, you gotta take a little bit of accountability for what you accept. Especially if it's like, you know, guns being held to your head. Ain't nobody forcing you to do nothing. This is something you're choosing to stay around for, right?
Why some white women are drawn to black men? The answer isn't just about looks. It's deeper, more emotional, and even cultural. Many white women say they find black men naturally confident and expressive. Their charisma, energy, and ability to make people laugh stand out. Others admire their strong sense of identity, resilience, and pride, traits built from generations of strength and perseverance. Physically, some are attracted to their athletic build, deep voice, and unique sense of style. But beyond appearance, many say black men bring warmth, honesty, and passion.
I don't think I've ever loved someone as much as I love you. So this is it. This is what it feels like. This is what being loved feels like. And I only ever thought that this existed in movies or stories, but you continue to show me every single day that it exists in real life too. I always saw myself as the person that was unlovable, and
You only date black men, is that correct? Why is that? Break that down for me, my dear.
I don't want anyone to get offended. But for
Bill,
me,
Bill, straight from the heart, how you feel about us blacks.
this is how I feel. I've always liked men that look a little bit more exotic.
Yeah.
So now, exotic in my world, again, you know where I grew up.
Oh, I know.
Everyone looks like me, but they're not cute white men.
Real hard and
They're like, I always thought that my dad was not good looking.
Chain, 2-pot grind, nigga, no nose ring. 2 Glock 9s, nigga with the green bean. My addiction.
What I have come to find out recently is that people are obsessed with white women who want to take the big black. I want to delve into this in a really interesting way and tell you about a story about one of my favorite black subs who actually pulled a move that made me temporarily fall in love with this man. You either heard what I just said and you picked up on that, or you're just like, it went right over your head. So let me just double down on this a little bit. So a sub would be one of the many men who served me. And this man who I'm going to talk about is truly one of my favorites. He is the first person who truly spoiled me in a way that I wasn't expecting because I hadn't yet experienced it yet. And
Did she just say men that serve her? We'll let it progress. We'll see what's going on.
And what it ended up creating within my body was this reaction of oxytocin, which set off all these love chemicals for this man. So imagine I am in this scenario acting as the queen bee, the white woman. This man's fantasy is to serve someone just like me. Now, if we double down on this in a way that is a little bit naughty, let's talk about it as racial play. Now, he brought this up. Yes, I'm white, and yes, he's black. And he brought this up as his fantasy. So from his perspective, he loves this thought of almost acting. This might kind of offend some people, but I want you to take it out of the literal context for just a second and realize that this is totally consensual. This is like a kink sort of thing in play. The reality, like in real life, like this is a big black athletic man who's super powerful in his own right, super successful, like 6'5" and super fit. Like this guy is so hot.
And so I realize that this might be a little bit off-putting in the way that I describe it, but just go with me here for one moment. So what he loves is this thought of him serving me. He's my slave. And he likes it in the racial play. Imagine that I am one of the sort of rulers of the house and he is one of my servants. And so the dynamic that I can imagine playing out here is that he's doing all of these things to basically help me, to serve me. And from the female point of view, when I'm getting served, in other words, when someone's doing something for me, I'm literally falling in love. This is a love language, to be served. And I think people may not have quite heard it in that way before, to be served, but think about it as acts of service. I will tell you, I have fallen in love with a few of my super nerdy, dorky guys.
So I'm not sure where she's going with this, but we're going to the next one.
I think you just gave all of the black men the biggest ego boost ever, saying that black men are well endowed. Honestly, they're just like white men. You got big ones and you got small ones. And if you're with a person for the right reasons, the package is what you get. I didn't go to my man and be like, whip it out. Let me see what you're working with first before we get this going. I didn't do that. It's definitely nice, but I did not do that. I got what I got. It just happened to be good.
I sent her a Google picture when she asked for it.
So dead. He didn't even send me the real thing. He sent me a fucking Google picture.
I sent her 80% match, I guess. She had questions when she saw the real one. She's like, hold on, they look kind of different. Like, what?
But no, for real. One, I know black women that absolutely love and adore white men. Go find yourself a black queen, buddy. You can.
I have two clients right now that have been married over 10 years, and it's black women with one white man, and then another one is Asian, and they love it.
You can find it, and
stop being scared. Go date the black woman that you want to find. Don't be scared, bro.
Don't be scared.
They
you
don't
got
care.
this.
They can treat you right.
Once you go white, your credit get right. So
Once you go white, you sleep good at night. Woo!
Another good example of not having the black boyfriend effect. She doesn't look like she's trying to be something she's not. She looks like a regular white girl who just happens to be with a black dude. You know what I'm saying?
A man left me at a bar after he found out I slept with a black man.
This is an interesting one. It's one that a lot of white women will understand as well, because a lot of white men, the racism will be with their girlfriends. If they suggest a black male is attractive, if they talk about an ex that's black, if they bring home a black boyfriend, that's when the real racism's tested. And this isn't all white people, absolutely not, but that's when it's tested. I have an example. Two acquaintances of mine were arguing, and the one says to the other, well, at least my girlfriend didn't go out with black people before me. That's what he said. That's what he said to him. And of all the slurs he had said before, he was talking about his mum, his kids, everything. Of all the slurs, that was the one that upset the guy the most. He's like, how dare you? No, she didn't. There was arguing backwards and forth, whereas she definitely did. But that's how you find out.
You're a white woman in her 40s if you think that sleeping with one black guy makes you not racist. He was the only black guy at the Renaissance Festival. I thought there were two guys that just were hanging out with each other, and then I realized I was just drunk. So it was just the one guy. And we didn't really sleep together. We slept next to each other in a tent, and there were a bunch of other people there, and we just touched hands. And I did touch his sword, but it was a real sword, because he was a knight at the Renaissance Festival.
Now that they're gone. So I just need to know how you reject white guys, because I feel so bad when I do it.
You should.
The other day, this white guy Snapchatted me, and he was like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? And I was like, yeah, sure. Can you send me a picture of you? Because I didn't know who he was. And he sent me a picture, and he's white as can be. And I'm like, I can't. I just can't. It's not my fault. I just didn't answer him, and now he's Snapchatted me 20 times, and I just don't know how to tell him that I will never date him because he's white, and I can't date white guys anymore because I'm so stuck on black guys.
Hey, beautiful girl. For me personally, I have no issues with interracial dating. Love is love. However, if you are white, dating a black male, and you know that your family is racist, my thing would be, how important is your relationship to your family to you? How important is the relationship with the racist part of your family to you? Because never in a million years should you subject a black man, whether you care about him, love him, whatever it is, if it's new and you're just dating, never in your life is it okay for you to subject a black man to racist behavior, knowing that they're racist. So if you're not willing to cut that family off, you need to be willing to cut that black man off, because he doesn't deserve that. Now, if you don't mind cutting that family off, they're not real close to you, you don't mind losing that relationship with them, and you love this man, by all means. I have no problems with interracial dating. If he has no problems with interracial dating and y'all care about each other, by all means, go for it. But if you have family members that you know are racist and you're dating him anyway.
A great video there of just kind of reiterating the fact that if you have these issues within your family, within interracial dating, you don't subject your people to that kind of backlash. My family, we are descendants of slaves, for real. A lot of people say it, and I'm not saying that the people are lying or nothing like that, but my family is really big on that history, if you will. My family goes on family reunion trips to the plantation we were on. So to look to see where we've come from and all of that stuff, and how far we've come, and it's a big, we really do this. You know what I'm saying? It's really a thing. So my family is the type of family that the older people call YT people YT devils and things like that. You feel me? So, and then again, I have a white wife. She wasn't the first white girl I was with. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the girl I was with before my wife, the first time my dad ever saw her, he was like, nah, you shouldn't be with her. And I was like, why? And he was like, just because. Man didn't give me no reason. I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was going on. That's my daddy. He said, I grew up with this man. I know exactly what's going on. You don't bring no blah, blah, blah to my house, right? So we understand that, man. But you got to know your own people. My wife, she ain't never had no issues. Everybody in my family love her. You know what I'm saying? Even my grandma. Everybody. They love her, right? I think they like her more than they like me. On the cool. But definitely make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Put it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you're in an interracial relationship, put it in the comments, man. Give your 2 cents. I really want to hear what you guys got to say. But with that, until the next one, you guys have a blessed one.